Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Visual Marketing Mentors, LLC. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, we love to bring you the great businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet while we're out there networking because we feel you need to know about their businesses, their products, and their services that they have to offer to everyone. And we have today a fantastic guest with us, Ms. Tikoshia Davis. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Tikoshia is with Faith Strategies, LLC. To tell you a little bit about her, she is a creative solutions engineer and business coach to creative soulpreneurs. She specializes in showing creative soulpreneurs how to systematize their businesses so they can get more done and make more money in less time. We all need to learn how to do that. Creative and spiritual service providers hire her to teach them how to take their business ownership from draining, depleting, and overwhelming to flourishing with greater freedom, happiness, and fun. And we're excited because we want to hear a little bit about how we can do that and take our business to those levels. So now, Tikoshia, let's start out with telling everyone what exactly is the creative solutions engineer.
Well, I call myself a creative solutions engineer because I'm really good at finding customized solutions for all of my clients. I don't like to do a one-size-fits-all or to provide a generic solution for everybody. It really depends on the type of person they are, their energy, their mission, and their business. So I always come up with customized solutions in a very creative way.
Okay, and I love that. And so you already know she's creative because she came up with this wonderful title that really fits what her mission is for her business. And then another creative term that she came up with was creative soulpreneurs.
Yes.
Who are creative soulpreneurs?
Well, I love to work with creative soulpreneurs, and I call anyone that has a business where they're creating something new for their clients, whether it's a program or a service or offering that really services the soul of their clients or customers.
Okay.
So someone that is working from a very heart-centered and soul-centered place, where they find that their business is more like their mission and their calling.
Okay, so that's interesting. So now, when we think about the different industries or the different types of businesses that are out there, what kind of fits that person that may be reaching their audience that way, the soul of their business or their clients?
Well, I work with a lot of different varieties of businesses, but mostly I work with a lot of coaches. I've worked with lawyers. I've worked with service providers, people that have products that they're offering, just anything where you're creating something new, and it's unique to your business.
Okay. So now you're a business coach that has that kind of creative spin. Tell us what else makes you different than kind of just the other business coaches that we may hear of or go to out there.
Yeah. To me, it's very important that business owners are balanced, that they have a very good work-life balance, that they're filling their cup first and giving from their overflow. What I find is that business owners, especially when they're doing it from a soul-centered place, they really throw their all into it, and I find that they neglect themselves, and then they start developing issues. So it is my passion to help other entrepreneurs to really learn how to create a business that operates in a way that feels good to them, that feeds them and fuels them, so that then they can therefore give back.
Okay, I love that because so often we do start businesses. Many entrepreneurs start the businesses because they love a particular thing or they love servicing who their client is. But you're so right. We put everything into it. It becomes an around-the-clock thing. And then it can get stressful. Even if you're doing what you love, you start finding, maybe I don't love it as much anymore. So you really kind of work with them to help them get back to that true passion that they have.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that the reason that sometimes it gets to that place is because, especially as an entrepreneur where it's just you or just maybe you and an assistant, you're wearing so many different hats. And so you get kind of bogged down, and those other hats, you might not necessarily be good at them. So it kind of takes away from your time that you could spend on the things that you are passionate about. So it's about figuring out how to systematize those other things that you don't really want to do but have to get done, so that you have more time for the things that you're really passionate about.
That's wonderful because we're always talking about building a team. You can't do it all yourself. And, so often I tell people when they start a business, you have to love running a business. It's almost not about that one thing anymore. But if you do build that team, that gives you an opportunity to truly do what you do and kind of what is in your lane. So now let's talk about the systems a little bit. Kind of explain just what is a system.
A system, everybody has systems, whether you call them a system or not. It's just basically the process that you go through to complete a task.
Okay. So now with the systems, is it about, online systems? Is it about more manual systems, that combination of the two?
Well, we do use a lot of tools. So a lot of times when I tell people that I help them to systematize, they're just focusing on the technological aspect of it. Those are just the tools that support your system. So the system is really literally just the process that you go through, the step-by-step process. It's just like opening an email. Think about all the steps you go through to open and answer an email. That's a system. So, how do we make that more efficient? Yes, we can implement a tool, but that's only part of the entire system.
Okay, I like that, because a lot of times you don't think about it that way. You just think of the tool kind of as the system. So it's good to hear that it's more than that. And then also I'm thinking part of the value of that is when you're building that team and creating an operations manual, how do you work with or encourage your clients to do that so that system is something that others will be able to pick up and follow?
And that's the most important thing. I'm glad you brought that up, the operations manual.
Okay.
Making sure that you have a process in place so that when you do build your team, everybody's doing things in the same way that you would do them. And it's not just haphazard. And another thing, too, is you don't want to be so dependent on your team that if one of them has to go on sick leave or one of them has to quit, because people change direction, you don't want your business to just come to a halt. You want to be able to jump in. Anybody should be able to jump in and do anybody else's job if needed. And so that's what's most important about making sure that you have those systems, you have your operations manual, you have all those things in order.
Okay, so now in working with your clients, kind of what's your system to bring them on board and get them going?
As far as like my client intake system, so it all starts with your marketing, whatever is good for you. I always tell my clients, you don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing, but it starts with marketing, and then bringing attracting clients, really nurturing them, helping them to see what it is that you have to offer, and how you can best help them. And then it goes into, showing them how they can come and talk to you and get to know you, maybe do a consultation. And then from there, I have my client intake system, and I have my own process that I take people through as far as when they first say that they're interested, how to bring them in and sign them up as a client. Okay.
And then how do you work and kind of in talking with our audience, kind of how do you help businesses who don't have a lot of income, but they know they need that coach that they need to work with? Kind of how do you work with them to kind of see their way through to the value of bringing on a business coach?
Well, what I would say is that it's so important that you invest in yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing. And I know a lot of times it's scary to make that investment, but it's something that really you need to do in order to go to the next level. So a lot of things that I talk to people about, and not just with working with me, but just investing in any coach in general, I think it's important to have a budget for coaching or for, just continuing education, because you always have to stay up on the latest trends. So what I say is, number one, create a budget for it. And number two, don't just look at, okay, I don't have enough. Look at how you can create more. What are some things that you can do with your business to bring in more income to pay for the coaching that you need?
I love that idea, and that's fantastic to share with everyone out there. Also, share maybe some of the mistakes that you see businesses making.
Going back to what I said before about the marketing, spreading yourself too thin and trying to do everything. And also, I think it's good in the beginning to find somebody else that you want to model yourself after, but there comes a point where you have to be comfortable enough to do things your way. And so I think I see a lot of business owners that are afraid to really be themselves in business. They have a vision, they have like these inklings that tell them, I really would rather do it this way. But because they don't see anybody else doing it that way, they're really afraid to step out and do that. So that's the biggest mistake. And that's something that, another reason why I call myself a creative solutions engineer, because I really look at who you are, how you do business, your particular energy levels, how we can create a business that really, really, really suits you and is really in alignment with who you really are.
Okay. And then now, how into their business do you get? And because there's a difference in coaches and consultants and services. So how into their business do you get as being that creative solutions engineer?
Well, when I work with someone, I really do. I'm just coaching them, so I'm not necessarily going in and setting the systems up for them. So I'm coaching them and helping them, giving them the confidence to put into place what it is that they need to do.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does. Thank you so much. And because I wanted to make that distinction, that the coaches are really there to guide you,
Yes.
Where a consultant may do more of that work and kind of stay on top of you and everything, but the coach really is about kind of guiding you and letting you find your own strength and your own power.
Exactly.
So that's fantastic. I love the side of the creativeness of it, because in helping them kind of pull that out, because often again we get caught into our one thing, so we may lose some creativity in that. So
Right.
so really pulling that out. So now before we leave, tell everyone kind of who's that target audience that you are working with and want to work with.
So again, I work with Creative Soulpreneurs. So anyone that has a business where you're operating from a place where you're really trying to reach the soul of your clients or customers. You're really heart-centered, you're really soul-centered, and you really feel like your business is your calling. If that is you, that is who I'm looking forward to work with and really help you take your business to the next level and also make your business a lot easier, feel good, and create more freedom in your life and in your business as well.
I love that. Thank you so much. And please tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
Of course. You can reach me at my website at tikoshiadavis.com.
Okay, fantastic. Everyone, you have it, and now you know you need to dig into this a little bit more, and you need to make sure that you're taking advantage of coaches like Tikoshia. So definitely reach out to her. I'm sure she'll do a consultation call with you, find out if it's a great fit for you all. So be sure to do that and start finding that creative side of your business, and not getting as stressed, so that you can really find that true passion that you have for your business. Tikoshia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I am Pamela Alexander, your host of That's My Biz. Remember that you can watch this episode again. Please share it with your friends and your colleagues at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinkstv so that you can get the reminders about upcoming episodes or current episodes that we have that we've released. We want to make sure that we hear from you. So please give us comments, like the different videos. If you have questions for our guests, please put those out there as well. We'll make sure that they're able to reach out to you. And for those of you that like to watch it on your TV at home and you have the Roku box, you'll also be able to find That's My Biz out there. We look forward to really connecting with you more and providing you more great businesses like Tikoshia's. So please stay connected with us. Remember, at BizLinks TV Network, we expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.